What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 11, and we start today's episode off by seeing that Guy Moussi, his loan deal has expired and he's on his way back to Nottingham Forest, which is fine because we rarely ever used him. And we also saw that the board accepted our fund request. In the last episode, I asked for 1.5 million. They actually counted it to 1.25 million, but even so, that's amazing. I honestly never thought they'd accept that fund request. I only did it because I knew that I'd get some comments asking for it. I can't believe they accepted the request to get some more money, so that's brilliant. We can actually buy a couple of players, and I've been using the global transfer network behind the scenes, looking for some players to have their contracts expiring at the end of the year. The reason being is because we don't have too much money, and we are going to look to improve on the squad, so some free agents that come in at the start of next season could be really handy for us. And one thing we've been lacking this year is a really decent fullback, and of course at right back we're using Michel Weiser, who's a right midfielder on loan from FC Bayern Munich. So I looked down the global transfer network of the players I was looking at, and Eder Nilsson of Corinthians, he's rated 1 million, he's 24 years old, he's got some decent stats, and we go ahead and offer him a contract. That could be a pretty decent deal on a free agent, so we decided to offer Eder Nilsson a contract. I know what people are probably thinking as we reject this bid for Nyland here. I know what you guys are probably thinking, and that is, why on earth would you get some money and then waste it on a player that you won't even get until next year? But the reason I'm doing this is because our squad is okay right now, and the only players we could bring in January with the transfer plus wage budget we've got, which isn't great, are players that are squad players, you know, and we don't need squad players. We've got a decent squad full of squad players. We've got a decent squad with good backup players. We don't need to sign, you know, random backup players that, you know, touch wood, if we were to get promoted, we wouldn't even use them in the Premiership. So that's why I'm sort of building for next season, if we get promoted, or even just to strengthen our side for the next season in the Championship. But anyway, we came to a squad report here, the first one of January and the first one of the new year, and I was really frustrated because I showed you at the beginning Nyland's stats. He's kept 11 clean sheets in 21 games, which is a pretty decent record, and he hasn't gone up a single rating. And this is what really annoys me by FIFA. I know some people will say it's like, oh, it's unrealistic to see players grow so young, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not being funny. If a player is in that good form, I think they deserve to be rated a little bit higher and get some upgrade, you know. And that's kind of frustrating how, you know, it doesn't seem to work on FIFA, but yeah, it's kind of annoying. I mean, 11 clean sheets in 21 games is a pretty decent record for a goalkeeper who's just came into a new division, and it's kind of a shame that he hasn't grown a single rating. But you did see us get a couple of bids. One was from Celtic in the last episode. That one was from this one's episode. This bid was from, I'm not sure, but we rejected them both, and also set the reject all offers tick box. We ticked that box because I don't want to let him go at all. I think Nyland is such a quality goalkeeper. I think he could be at the club for all of the series. You know, he's that good. You know, I really enjoy him. What can I say? But anyway, we saw a look at the league table there. We're still sitting in third. We just can't seem to overtake Brighton in second, or subsequently QPR at top. But we're doing our best to keep pace with the runners, really. I really don't want to go through a bad patch of form and fall out of the playoffs, because it's always going to be so hard to get back into the playoffs. So I really don't want to fall out of the playoffs whatsoever. So yeah, that's why I'm desperate to keep on winning games, because even if we can't overtake Brighton or QPR in second and third, so long as we stay in the playoffs, I'll be happy, because that's still a source of promotion if we play well enough. So anyway, we take on Leeds, Ellen Road here. So we take on Leeds, and of course Leeds versus Millwall, always a very atmospheric game. And the first chance of the game came in the 25th minute here. Ryan Gould plays the ball out wide to Carrasco. Nice free ball towards Morrison. Morrison touches it and plays it out wide to James Henry. Henry's down the right hand side, it cuts inside, and how about this for a ball by James Henry? That was amazing. It comes to Steve Morrison, who finesses it into the bottom corner. No chance for Bowers Myhill. That was an absolutely awesome ball by James Henry. That was fantastic. He just completely split the defence, because Leeds had at least, I think Leeds had 3 centre-backs playing in this game, and it just completely blitzed past all of the players. That was awesome, and we took a 1-goal lead there, and in the 45th minute, I think it was Gould who went with a shot from outside the area that went wide. As I said in the last episode, he's been quite an average player for us. I was expecting better things from him, but he's been quite average. But anyway, it's 1-0 at half-time, and I was happy to be in the lead. But in the 55th minute here, Warnock's on the ball for Leeds, chips it over the top to Green. I can't remember who was going for the volley there. I think it was Bailey, but he couldn't catch up, and Green's volley went wide of Nyland's post. So still 1-0 here, and we're still in the lead. And in the 67th minute, Steve Morrison's onto the ball. Nice back heel to Nicky Bailey. Comes to Carrasco. Plays it back out wide to Steve Morrison. Morrison finds Henry, who was playing really well in this game. That's a lovely roulette to get past his man. And a fake shot to get past his man as well. He eventually keeps on going before taking a shot here. And it's a great save by Boaz Myhill. So that was a really nice piece of dribbling by Henry. I'm so glad I've recalled this guy from the loan spell, because he's been awesome since he's came back. And he had a good chance to get another assist here with the cross from the corner. It's crossing towards Mark Beavers, whose header just goes wide of the post. So Henry couldn't get 2 assists, but he definitely deserved the man in the match in this game, because he played really well, and we did get the 3 points there by a 0-0 away at Ellen Road. So I was very pleased with that. I know my games are quite low scoring at the moment, but there's not much I can do about that. But I'm just happy to usually be on the winning end. So that was a really good win there away at Leeds, and I was very happy with it. And after that, we saw that Josh Wright and Carly Osborne are coming back from their loans from Leyton Orient and Bristol City respectively. So it's kind of good to get them back, but you'll see why it's also kind of bad to get them back as well, because these are squad players, Osborne and Wright, and because they come back, the wage budget then decreases, because of course we're now paying their wages again, and that meant that as soon as they come back, I couldn't afford to pay Eden Nilsson's wages. So he accepted the pre-contract, but we couldn't afford to pay that pre-contract salary because the 2 loan deals expired. The players came back and we couldn't afford it, so we had to leave it for the time being. I know I can adjust the budget so I can afford it, but for the time being I decided to leave it. But you'll actually see in just a moment that we go back in for him. But anyway, the third and final game was against Leicester. Sorry, the second and final game was against Leicester here at was this away from home or at home? I think this was at home. Was it at home? Was it at the Den? Yes, it was at the Den. So we take on Leicester here at the Den, and we're on a really good streak at the moment. We haven't lost in a very long time. Of course, we've only lost once this season as well in the league. Of course, we lost to Southampton in the Capital One Cup, but we've only lost once in the Championship, and that was away at Turf Moor against Burnley. So we're doing really well, and of course, we're still unbeaten at home. I think I brushed on this in the last episode. We're still unbeaten at home, which is just fantastic. The Den is a real fortress at the moment. And we did take on Leicester here, but the first chance of the game came to us in the 22nd minute. The ball came to Robinson. I thought I'd just let fly from range, and it was a poor effort really, but it would have been nice if it came off. But still 0-0 here. But just before the half an hour mark, Josh Wright's on the ball here, fresh from his loan spell. The ball comes to Ngu, it comes back to Feeney. Feeney chips it over the top to Josh Wright, whose volley just goes over the bar. What a volley that would have been, but just over. So like Wright and Osborne coming back from their loans, they're not bad players or anything, and they are going to get used every now and then. But yeah, it's kind of frustrating. So I would have rather them stay out on loan, because we don't need them. You know, they'll get used, but we don't need them. But in the 34th minute, Josh Wright's on the ball again here, trying to show that we would need him. Wright goes down the right hand side, finds Liam Feeney. Feeney collects it, waits for the lunge, but chips over the top to Josh Wright. Another good chance for the youngster. Good save by Kasper Schmeichel, and then the header comes in by Michael Ngu. So he heads it into the back of the net. I know Josh Wright's not that young, but even so, good header by Michael Ngu, and Ngu makes it 1-0 here. So we're in front against Leicester, and I was very happy about that goal. And in the 50th minute here, Jimmy Abdu chips the ball over the top to Ngu. Great chance for his second goal of the game here as he goes 1-on-1, but the chip goes over Kasper Schmeichel, but wide of the post, sadly. So it was still 1-0 at this stage after just over 50 minutes, and that was also how the game finished. So it's another 1-0 victory, and I know the games are low scoring and low action and therefore not as entertaining, but so long as I get the wins, I really don't mind, to be honest. I'd like some goal fests, but you know, so long as I get the wins, I'm happy. So Ngu gets the only goal of the game, and we collect another 3 points, and that home record is still undefeated, which is fantastic. So I'm really pleased with that. But we got a transfer offer from John Marquise here. Of course, the young striker that came back from his loan. It was Crew Alexandra for the rest of the season, and we said yes because we're never going to use him, and it just gets rid of a few wages. It just gets a bit more on the wage budget. So we go ahead and delete that, and we also saw that Ngu got an injury in that game. He's going to be out for 3 weeks, which kind of sucks, but we got enough striker cover. And we also saw that Eden Nilsson accepted a pre-contract, and of course I did go ahead and adjust a wage budget, so I could indeed afford to bring him into the club. So he will be our first signing for next season. He's already signed. It may seem like a stupid deal, you know, because we won't have much money to work with for January, but I'm just thinking ahead for next season. I'm pretty pleased with that signing because he does look like a good right back. And as always, guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like. That's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out. And I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.